Assalamu alaikum. I am Fadlur Rahman from Kerala, the southern state of India. Today we are discussing here to understand the difference between deferred payment, Murabaha and Riba, because some people argue that they are same. Riba, what is Riba? Riba is an Arabic term translated to usury or interest. Islamic finance or Sharia, it prohibits the interest or usury. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Ahallallahu al-bay'a wa harrama riba. And there are two types of riba, riba al-qard, riba al-buyu'. Riba al-qard is related to loan, and riba al-buyu' is related to ribawi, in the purchase of or sale of ribawi items like gold, silver. Murabaha, definition Murabaha in Islamic finance concept is a sale-based transaction where the cost price and agreed market price are disclosed. The seller will disclose the both the cost price plus market price. Second party is the bank will be seller and the customer will be buyer, because as per the request of the customer, bank will purchase a commodity and then sell back to the customer. This is the Murabaha. Commonly used for acquiring assets such as real estate or vehicle. Here we are going to discuss the key differences. Murabaha is a contract of sale. Basically, it's a sale. That's why it is mandatory to ensure that all conditions of the sale, basic sale, should be included in the Murabaha. Murabaha is a contract of sale, not a loan given on interest. Risk and ownership. There would be risk because the bank takes ownership of the commodity before selling it to the customer. The bank assumes the risks associated to the ownership, such as damage or loss, until the customer takes the possession, because that time the commodity will be on the ownership of the bank. Murabaha is for commodity purchasing, not for mere financing. It's basically for commodity purchasing. That's why it is not allowed to use paying debts or financing a capital. It's not allowed. The other difference is basis of profit. In Murabaha, the profit is generated through the sale of goods. But in case of riba, it involves the charging of fixed interest on a loaned amount of money. And another difference, underlying asset. In Murabaha, surely it involves the exchange of an actual asset. For example, it may be vehicle, but riba transaction is not made from any real economic activity. And the economic purpose of Murabaha is to facilitate the legitimate trade and finance by connecting the profit to exchange of goods. Then profit is related to exchange of goods. But in case of riba, it generates income solely through the passage of time on loaned amount. This is very important. And this is very important rule that Islam prohibits charging fixed interest on money. At the same time, permits charging fixed profit on sale of goods. And as we all earlier mentioned, that Murabaha, permissibility of Murabaha and prohibition of riba is established in the primary laws of Sharia. Allah says, Ahallallahu al-bay'a wa harrama riba. And Islamic bank is a financier by different the receipt of price of goods sold to the client. But it doesn't finance the purchase of goods by the client. And also, the prohibition of fixed interest is based on the belief that money shouldn't generate more money without participating in real economic activities. That money is basically a tool or medium to generate the profit. It's not a commodity. This is very important. Then we are discussing what are the economic rationale behind the prohibition of riba. Real economic transactions. In Murabaha, there would be real economic transactions, but in the case of riba, there is not. Charging fixed profit on the sale of goods ensure that the financial system is grounded in real economic activities, promoting fair trade and avoiding speculative practices. In riba, sure there would be speculative practices. And avoidance of unearned income by focusing on the loan, on the money, on the loan issued by loan, there is no income from unearned. Charging fixed profit on the sale of goods, on the other hand, is tied to tangible economic transactions and the exchange of value. This is not available in the case of riba. And also that this is, we have mentioned earlier, money is not a commodity to generate income from it, but it's a tool or medium. Another rational, ethical and moral grounds, there would be more kind of speculations and exploitation. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam explicitly prohibited the riba. An economic justice, conventional interest-based system can exacerbate existing social and economic inequalities, contributing a wide gap between the rich people and the poor. The rich people will be rich always, and at the same time, poor people will be poor always. Wealth distribution, the prohibition of riba aligns with the Islamic principle, ensuring a more equitable distribution of resources and preventing the exploitation of those in financial need, because the riba exploits those in real need, the poor people. So other like this, Islam encourages social welfare. Charging interest on loans can burden borrowers because it makes the borrowers or the poor people or those who are in need, make them in more debts and more, they make them more poor and in need, especially those in vulnerable financial situations, leading to a cycle of indebtedness. It increases the debts. And asset-backed financing, in the prohibition of riba, encourages financial institutions to engage in transactions where the tangible assets or services are exchanged. Because this asset-backed financing is missing in the riba. And finally, the stability and economic harmony. Riba is seen as contributing to economic instability, as we have mentioned earlier, by incentivizing excessive risk-taking and financial speculation. There will be high financial speculation there. That's why Islam prohibits the riba. Okay, and we can wind up here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.